Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another day of Vlogmas. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my makeup routine. So this is the makeup routine I use pretty much every day or whenever I put on my everyday makeup. I don't wear makeup all the time, mainly because I literally do not have the energy to do makeup every single day. But if I'm going to do makeup for the day, this is usually what I do. Before we go anywhere, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And let's get started, shall we? So at the moment, this is my skin without any makeup on. If I look tired, that's because I am. But this wouldn't be a get ready with me without a really cute spa headband. Usually my go-to are these spa headbands that went viral on TikTok like not too long ago. But because it's Vlogmas, I bought this really cute reindeer spa headband from Amazon. I'm obsessed with this. It's so cute. This is just gonna help to keep the hair off my face. I love this so much. All right, so sometimes before my makeup, I will do skincare. Sometimes I won't. My skin is super sensitive and dry. So sometimes if I overdo the skincare, I kind of break out or I find I get a lot of redness. I did my skincare just before bed last night. So I think I'm just gonna leave it for today. And then usually I will jump straight into a good primer. I usually use this one from Say Beauty. I have a couple of others from Fenty Beauty. And then I think I also have the Morphe and Meredith Duxbury like foaming primer I sometimes use, but this one is my go-to for every day. I love it. It gives me nice glowy skin. And I don't know, I just think my makeup sits really well with this. Like you instantly have this beautiful glow. I love this primer. So I'll just prime the face. And then from here, I usually move on to foundation. So I have a few foundations here with me. I have the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in shade Light 1, I think it is. I think that's the shade. But I sometimes use the NARS Sheer Glow. However, I find this comes off my skin like throughout the day. So I don't use it very often. I don't know if it's just me and my skin, but it comes off. So I'm not gonna use that one today. If I'm going for something a little bit easier, I'll usually use the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. I really love this product for just every day when I'm just like quickly wanting something as a base. The shade I use is Bamboo 5.5. There we go. And I really like this. It's like a light, medium, buildable coverage. It leaves my skin very glowy, and yeah, I really like this product. And then if I'm going out at night, I often will wear the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This one has more of a matte sort of finish, I believe. And I don't usually like matte makeup, but I just make it a little bit more glowy by using highlighter, a good glowy primer, and yeah, I don't mind this product. So I think today I'm gonna go with the Estee Lauder because that's the one I usually will wear. And we're only just gonna put the tiniest amount. I feel like a little goes a long way, and I don't really want like full coverage. Some of you are gonna hate me right now, but I apply it with my fingers. I just find that's the easiest way for me to blend it into my skin. And I don't know, I just personally like how it goes on using my fingers. Also, please keep in mind, I am not like a professional makeup artist, so the things I do just work for me. You might do it differently, and that's okay. That's the beauty about makeup, you know? We all do things differently, and we just do what works for us. However, to make some of you feel a little better, I do go in with a beauty blender after rubbing it into my fingers, and I'll usually just tap it underneath my eyes, just places where like my fingers can't really reach or blend properly. I just usually blend it in a little bit with my beauty blender. Looking good. So then the next step is concealer. I really like the NARS, I forget what it's called, like a NARS creamy concealer or something. I often use that, but lately I've been getting back into the Tarte Tape Shape. I love this stuff. I find it doesn't crease under my eyes. I use the shade 20B Light. 20B Light. But next I go in with some concealer. I just put a little dot under my eyes, a dot in my forehead because I seem to get like red right here. It's very annoying. I put some dots down here because I have some scarring from when I had like really bad pimples or acne. So I put some down here, and sometimes I just put a little dotsy on my nose as well. Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I will use my fingers to blend out my concealer, but most of the time I will use my beauty blender, a damp beauty blender, to blend out my concealer. I also really like the Kosas concealer, but my Kosas concealer is like definitely the wrong shade. So I really need to go back into Mecca and like get shade matched because mine is so wrong. Next, we're going to contour. I really like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood contour wand. I use the shade light to medium, and as you can see, I am almost out. I've actually put this on my Christmas wish list, so hopefully someone restocks it for me because I really need more. I usually only put this on my cheekbones just to define the cheeks a little bit. Just like that. Sometimes I would contour my nose and maybe a little bit in my jawline, but because I'm running low, I'm savoring the product. Back with my beauty blender, just gonna blend that out. Some people really don't like this contour. I actually really love it. The only thing I will say is it gets very messy. Like when I flew with it overseas, it kind of exploded and went everywhere, but I still really like the way this product looks on the skin, and it's really easy to blend out. This next product is probably my absolute favorite of 2023, and that is the Rare Beauty Blush. I have like 5 different shades of this stuff. This shade is the shade Hope. I also really like the shade Encourage, but this is my go-to for every day. I love how pretty this product is. It's so easy to blend, and that packaging to die for. I usually put just 1 dot on each cheek, and then I go in with my beauty blender and blend it out. I feel like this product is also really buildable, so you could start with a very small dot and then just add to it if you want more blush. Such a pretty pink. And because I have really high cheekbones, I kind of blend it upwards, and then I feel like it really like the face, you know what I mean? Now, some days, I'm actually trying to find it right now. There it is. Some days I will go in with the Rare Beauty bronzer, and I usually will bronze up like the top of my forehead. To be honest, I'm not really feeling it today, but my go-to bronzer from Rare Beauty is Happy Soul. I really like this product too. From here, I move into some setting powder. I just usually set the under eyes. My go-to setting powder for like the last 5 to 7 years has been this Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I think is it Laura Mercier? Is that how you say it? But this is my go-to setting powder. However, I actually transferred some of this product into a travel container. And it just looks like this. It's just from my local pharmacy, and I kind of transfer it in here because that way I can travel with it. This container's like a little bit smaller. So I just find like I tip some in here, and then that way I can travel with it. So usually I will tap, oh, my hair is literally everywhere. I'm like a cat. Tap a little bit into this lid because I only need like a little bit under the eyes, and I just set anywhere that feels a little bit too shiny. Pick up some of the powder, and then I just set the under eyes. Just pat it in on the other eye. Sometimes I'll pat down here. I'm not super sweaty at the moment, so I feel like it's fine. And then sometimes I'll go in onto the eyelid and just put some of the translucent powder there, just so that way my eyelids are set as well. I also sometimes go in with the Rare Beauty liquid highlighter as well in the shade Enlighten. But again, I'm feeling lazy today. I want a quick, easy makeup routine, so I'm just gonna give this one a miss and use the powder version instead. But from here, I might pick up my powder bronzer. I really like the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I have this mini one again for travel. And then I might just pick up some on my brush and then just pat into my cheeks. And then I will usually put the excess up onto my forehead. And that also kind of sets a little bit as well, I feel, when you use the powder. And then sometimes if I'm feeling lazy, I will often pick up just an eyeshadow brush. Where is my eyeshadow brush? It was literally here a second ago. Oh, here it is. Sometimes if I'm feeling lazy, I will pick up some bronzer and put bronzer all over my eyelid just to give it a little bit of color, a little bit of bronziness, if that's even a word. But today I thought I would show you my Too Faced eyeshadow palette. This is from maybe like last year's Christmas collection. I'm obsessed with this. How cute is that packaging? This is often what I take for travel as well. It's a very small palette and it just has some like go-to bronzy shades in there. I really love it. There's some pinks as well. And I often will take this traveling with me. I love how compact it is and it's not too bulky and doesn't take up too much space. So I might go in with this shade here and put that on my crease. Keep in mind, I don't use eyeshadow like every single day. Like I said, sometimes I just use this bronzer and that's enough for me. But I really felt like showing you guys this palette. And then I might pick up this lighter shade and kind of just put it over my lid. Like I said, I'm no professional, so I just kind of do whatever works for me, I suppose. And then from here, I usually darken up the outer kind of edges of my eyelid. If it was like date night, I would go like the darker shade, but I'm thinking today I might go this one at the top here. I'm just gonna do a very, very small amount. And then from here, I just use a spare brush and I just blend the heck out of everything. And then sometimes I will bring that down under the eye. But I feel like if I go too heavy under my eye, it kind of like droops my eyes a little bit. So I don't like to put too much underneath my eyes. It's mainly the top. Then from here, I usually move into brows. I really like the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. If I'm in a rush, I will often use the, well, I can't read it because there's the packaging. How terrible is that? It's all come off. It's just basically the Benefit Brow Tint. If I'm in a rush, I will just whack that on. But if I want to draw on some of my eyebrows, I will use the brow pencil and I'll just go for very small strokes where I need it. I've also been using these Benefit brow products for a really long time. I really like how these look. I was actually eyeing off the Rare Beauty brow pencil like literally a few days ago. So I'm like, do I try and switch it up? I don't know. I'm mainly looking for like a new tinted brow gel, but I just don't know. Like the Benefit Brow Tint has some pretty good reviews. And then from here, I just kind of feather out the pencil lines. I don't really know if that's how this works, but I find this kind of just softens the strokes a little bit. So then from here, if I'm not using the tinted brow gel, I'll go in with the e.l.f. Brow Lift. This is amazing. I love this product. I'm just kind of kicking myself because I left this like brow lift with the lid off at one stage. So now it's gone all like weird. So I really need a new one. It still works, but I don't know. It's gone very, very weird now. So I'll just get some onto an eyebrow brush. And then from here, I'm just gonna flick the brows upwards. And I find this brow lift stays. You know how some brow gels just, they don't stay all day? I find this product's pretty good. Okay, thankfully we have no white spots in my brows, so that's good. At least the product still works. Next step is usually to curl my eyelashes. I asked for a new eyelash curler for Christmas, so hopefully I get a new one because this one is ancient and I just feel like she ain't really working as good as she was day one. I find it really hard to talk when I'm curling my eyelashes. And I also find it really hard to not look absolutely crazy. Like, hi, how you going? The mascara I really like to use is the Maybelline Sky High mascara. This went kind of viral on TikTok maybe like a year ago, or maybe just under that, I'm not sure. But I really like this mascara. And also, it's really good for the bank account. You know what I mean? I'm really getting up close and personal with you guys, aren't I? Now this is where the powder highlighter comes into play. So I have the Rare Beauty highlighter, the powder version, and I also have this in the shade Enlighten. And just look how pretty that shade is. So I'll just put a little bit on a brush. I go the top of my cheekbones. Maybe down the nose. Sometimes I tap like up on the forehead, down on the Cupid's bow, and then sometimes I will pick up an eyeshadow brush and I will put a little bit on my corners. Just makes the eyes pop. Maybe a little bit up on this brow bone. She's glowy. And then the last piece to the puzzle is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. As you can see, I've used maybe like half a bottle. I love this stuff. It smells really good and it just sets everything into place. And then I'm not a huge like lip liner, lipstick kind of girl. So I'm just gonna go in with this Rare Beauty, I'm assuming like a lip gloss. I got this in like a set with the blush and the gloss. But I'm just gonna go in with a bit of gloss just to add something to my lips. How pretty is that color? Delicious. Alrighty guys, so that's pretty much my daily makeup routine. Like I said before, some things might change. Like sometimes I don't do the eyeshadow, sometimes I just use my brow gel. But this is pretty much my routine. And what, we got this done in like 20 minutes or so. So good, so quick, so easy. And I definitely think I should go out with my reindeer ears on. Do you reckon people would approve? All right, let's just brush out the hair. And then I know this isn't makeup related, but I'm gonna put some argan oil into my hair, into the ends of my hair. Just because I feel like I need it. Anyway guys, that is my completed everyday makeup look. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you like this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. But thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.